Do you think you know who you are? You probably think you know who you are. Have you ever heard the expression, who you really are, or your true self, or your authentic self? What do you think that means? I've heard a lot of people talk about wanting to be their authentic self, wanting to be their true self, which is basically rejecting you. It's like, I don't want to be me, who I think I am. I want to be who I think I should be. And then there's this striving to be somebody else and not who you think you are, who you assume is the true you, the real you. What if none of that is the case? I invite you to consider that none of that is the case. And that you are, let's create a kind of an idea that you are a blank slate. You're a clean slate. There's nothing written on this page that says anything about who you are, or even the idea of how you're supposed to think of yourself. How you're supposed to think of yourself, who you're supposed to think you are. This is a blank page. And as I remember being born, I had no knowledge of the world, no knowledge of the body. There was nothing. Blank slate, nothing. So imagine that you're a blank slate. And then people start telling you things. The ones who were here before you, they tell you, for example, that this is a line. It's a straight line. This is a round line, also called a circle. This is a circle. They also tell you this is a girl or this is a boy. And then they tell you this is a good girl. This is a bad girl. Or this is a worthless boy. This is a valuable boy. And it's all labels. It's all putting labels on experiences, on objects in the world that you see, touch, feel, smell, taste, whatever. Labels. This is sour, this is sweet, this tastes good, this tastes bad, whatever. Or this is not allowed. This is allowed. And it's all labels. You put together a collection of those labels and call it you. Whatever you've learned in whatever situation, you put that puzzle together and have that idea, that set of circumstances and labels as you. The thing is, you're still a blank slate. You're always a blank slate. Because all of that isn't real. It's just made up labels. And you can rearrange those labels, and you do rearrange those labels depending on the situation, the circumstances you find yourself in. So in one circumstance, you will be good enough, whatever those labels are, to make you into this identity of this idea of yourself as good enough. In another situation, you won't be good enough. Whatever labels and circumstances you put together in this whole situation, the idea of you is not good enough. And you have both those ideas. And what tends to happen is you will focus on one idea of you, identity of you, which basically excludes any other idea of you in that moment. When your focus is on that, you don't see this. Kind of like when people talk about having the blinders off. So it's like you're that, or you're that, or you're that, or you're that. And that's what you see, and that's what you experience, and that's what you think, and that's what you believe. You're kind of getting the point here, right? Because if all of that is just put together puzzles, none of it is right. None of it's real. None of it's, to use the expression, who you really are. And in my direct experience, there is no who. There is nobody. It's all what is. So, what if you're a blank slate? What if you're an open space? What if you're infinite possibilities? What if that's what is? Then what?